Hey guys, welcome back. So yeah, episode 2 of TNA is just uploading onto YouTube. It's quite late at night because I'm quite late doing it. And I just want to do a quick run through of some people are going to be a bit confused. Of some of the wrestlers who work for the company, of course. I'm on about in my main event scene, Jericho, Henning, Hardy, Matt, Raven, Steve Austin, The Rock, and Undertaker, William Regal. So I'm going to run through what happened and how they were done. So the Hardy Boys got released, the Dudley Boys got released, Christian Cage and Edge got released. So they were all released by WWF. Now I've looked into it. Now the game is set to certain contracts are set in. If we go to the main screen into here. Now I forgot to change something about when I was dicking about with this. To when I was practicing doing TNA and doing certain things, I forgot to sort out the contracts for wrestlers. Where do we go for it? If we go to companies, there's companies. Into here and then onto the World Wrestling Federation. So I was just dicking about a bit and having a look at contracts. I have changed it now, but I didn't want to restart the game. But I had it set so that when the game started, Steve Austin had years of service, written active, years of service 5, heel, all this was set up. So that was set up like that. And it was set so that the contracts are automatically edited. So in the game world, their database info, is it? So everything, restricted is on, all this lot of variancy is off. So it doesn't, I have that turned off automatically, but you can't set the contract lengths when starting a game. Now this is what I was trying to look at. So you can go into like workers as well, and I'll show you in workers Steve Austin, for instance, and all of these had their contracts. Contracts WWF. If you click on it, modify record. When it loads, see, it only tells you years of service. It doesn't show you you can't change the wage, the downside, heel, recent, bonus per man, all that. You can't change the length. Now, all I can think is when we started the game, their contracts were set to finish within a bit of time that was less than what the WWF did, because they got released 10 days after the game, 6 days after the game started. So when the game loaded up and was randomized, the WWF only had 6 days left to reclaim their contracts. When it gets to that point, you can't renew the contracts. That is the only reason I can explain why they've left the WWF. I can't understand why they agreed to sign with me, because I was Colt at the time when I signed it, but didn't want to sign them to written. And then I changed the product details of the company, and we dropped back down to regional. So, yeah, because I've done it so that they're rated on performance and popularity. But yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. Storyline wise, I'm going to be adding a few more storylines. It will end up looking like All Action Wrestling, AAW, after Bound for Glory, what I've got set up for the next episode of that, which has been edited and is ready to go. This should now be, so yeah, that should be going live today. I'm going to just click publish, so when it's ready, it goes up. It's just uploading. But yeah, so I want to thank you guys for understanding that. I'm just trying to show you how this game is very odd with how it sets up, but I'm not complaining. Jeff Jarrett, our owner, is one of the things. So don't expect a lot more going on. He's not here at the moment. But, we've still got the same champions, apart from the tag team champions in our Bulk and Big Dave. Also, the alliance of the AAW has got a load more members. A load more members are joined, which is good. But we're now... But the problem is I'm not happy with that. But that's neither here. User line size, yeah. But, we can now do, which is what we're going to do for tonight's Impact, is we're going to be in the Tri-States. We're going to be travelling. So we need to get a 47 importance in Colt. And you can see we've got 42, so we're getting there for the Southwest where we're based. But the Tri-State and the Southeast are not too bad. So I want to start working on that so we can get a Colt. Get everyone back signed with us. Chris Joker's on tour soon, but get everyone signed to written deals and have a bit more of a party. But I want to thank you guys for watching this quick update, which I forgot to do in the last video, at the end of the last video, which I've done now. And I'm going to go and book TNA Impact for you. Thank you for watching, my friend. Hey guys, welcome back. It's TNA. It's TNA Impact, baby. We're live tonight from the Tri-State area, live in front of 2,000 people at the Expo Centre in Madison Square Gardens. And we open up with an X Division match in a pre-show bout that had subpar wrestling a little heat. The Zebra Kid defeating Sonny Siaki in 8:06 by pinfall. The announced quality in the colour commentary gave the match a boost. Zebra Kid 25, Sonny Siaki 40. Zebra Kid improving the performance. 36D minus. They don't click. You don't need to read that bit. So I just want to show you this. If you're wondering what our arena looks like, it looks like the 2005 TNA arena. So you've got like the tunnel, the lights on either side, and like the TNA logo above it, and then two Titantrons at either side. That's what the arena looks like. Probably a bit smaller because, you know, but that's what the kind of thing I want you going for with a four-sided ring. So in a decent match, Randy Orton defeated Jason Liger in 7:54 by pinfall with an ozone following interference from Fit Finley. Randy Orton 44, Jason Liger 73, no work appearance. Why didn't it advance the storyline? Oh, it can't advance on pre-show. Makes sense. Should have done a match for it. Oh well. We've got some big announcements tonight anyway. In the pre-show bout, we had decent wrestling with a little heat. PJ Black, Nigel McGuinness, Matt Sydal, Jimmy Jacobs, an amazing red defeat. Austin Aries, Chris Hero, Drago, Fergal DeVette, and Jerry Lynn in 5:12. When Nigel McGuinness defeated Austin Aries by pinfall the Governor's Crumpet. In terms of ring work, Jerry Lynn was head and shoulders over everyone else. Jerry Lynn's getting base gimmick. Jerry Lynn look good out there. Mason Red 50, Jacobs 35, Matt Sydal 52, McGuinness 46, PJ Black 39. Lynn at 72, Fergal DeVette at 47, Drago 51, Hero 43, and Austin Aries 37. Fergal DeVette improving in performance of 55C minus. Not bad for the pre-show. In the pre-show bout, very good heat and great heat and good wrestling. Rob Van Dam defeated Ron Killings in 8:04 by pinfall the Frog Splash. Rob Van Dam 70, Ron Killings 51. No working appearance, a 64C. Quite nice. And then in the pre-show bout, that decent wrestling didn't have much heat. Sean Waltman and Sanjay Dutt defeated Sharp Boy and Sterling James Keenan in 7:53, and Sean Waltman defeated Jeremy Sterling James Keenan by pinfall with a tombstone. Sean Waltman carried the match in terms of ring performance. But then Sterling was the worst in the ring. That's fair enough. Performance of Sean Waltman stood out being good. Sanjay Dutt 44. Sean Waltman. Sanjay Dutt 44. Sheen Waltman 72, Sterling James Keenan 35, Sharp Boy 37, 47. No working for a 57C minus. Not bad at all, not too shabby. And we close out the pre-show. I think this is the last pre-show match, with the Americans Most Wanted going over the Dudley Boys in 8:14 when James Storm defeated Brother Devon by pinfall the 8-second ride. Brother Devon and Brother Ray showed extra chemistry together. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have great chemistry when calling matches together. Brother Ray looked good out there. Brother Way 82, Brother Devon 74, Chris Harris 38, Storm 36, no work for his, but these two are getting better in ring all the time. A 58C minus. And then we go to the first match of the night. We open up with the UK Pitbulls. In the Balvard subpar wrestling a little heat, the UK Pitbulls defeat Gado and Jado in 6:20 when Big Dave defeated Gado by pinfall. By the pinfall the Pitfall, the UK Pitbulls make defense number 1 of their TNA World Tag Team titles for 46D. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry in calling matches, and that's quality in the colour commentary giving match a boost. Jado 47, Gado 50, Big Dave 30, Bulk 29. Jado improving in performance, and so is Bulk in performance, which is good. And they seem to be getting better all the time as well. And then we head into the next segment. So Jeff comes out, and Jeff and that come out onto the stage and stand here. Because that's what I want it to look like. In my head, that's what it looks like in my head. So yeah, me and Matt should be tag team champions right now. You two fat UK stars are only here for us to get some UK fans in, to get some fans in the UK. You two are hated by the fans, and as at Hard Justin 4 weeks, we're cashing in our rematch in a hardcore tag team match. And Bulk just has a mic and he goes, "Me and my brother are the biggest tag team in the world right now, and we beat you. That means we are good to be tag team champions." And Big Day goes, "My brother right now, my brother's right, but we love hardcore, so bring it on." At this, the UK Pitbulls leave the ring and they start brawling at ringside. Security come out and try and split them up, but Security just get knocked down by the guys, and then most of the roster just spill out and split them up. So our first match is booked for Hard Justice. It's going to be a tag team match. I want to check something actually before we go forward. It's not in the game. Oh dear. Edit defaults, select all. Just excuse me while I do this. I will have a look into it. If I can't book it tonight, I'll book it as in something else, but yeah, you'll get the picture. Okay, just give it time to work. Okay, close. Now I've broke the game, guys. As per usual, I've broken the game. Okay, right. Let's go to that, please. Let's scroll right way down. There's one there. That's a 6-way. There isn't one in a 4-way, which is not going to be good. We'll book it as that then. That'll be fine. Right, so yeah, in the hardcore division, sorry. I forgot to check something before booking it, but it's fine. 2 versus 2, hardcore. I'm playing to Bulk and Big Dave's strengths over the Hardy strengths for this match, so the Hardy Boys are not going to look very good going into this match, but the UK Pitbulls should look excellent, as they're both very good brawlers. So, that's in play. And the TNA World Tag Team Storyline has advanced this segment and gained heat, because they got a 67C+, which is not bad for those tag teams. In about a decent wrestling, we didn't have much heat. Brian Danielson and Kid Cash defeated Paul London and Brian Kendrick in 8:30, when Brian Danielson defeated Paul London by submission. Brian Danielson was a weakness during the Cooper's performance. Larry Law and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry. Brian Kendrick 50, London 51, Kid Cash 58, Danielson 39, London improving in technical. The awesome storyline has advanced for this segment. 53C, which is Brian Kendrick and Brian Danielson. Then Tommy Dreamer comes down to me and goes, so this new guy Abyss thinks he's hardcore. I'll say he is. He's beaten me 2 times, but only when he had James Mitchell by his side. You see, it's like Paul Bearer and The Undertaker. They can't be separated, so Abyss and James come out here because of Hard Justice. I want another match. You want a match, do you? Well, the father has a great idea for that, Tommy. You see, this is the Monster Abyss, so we'll go with this in 4 weeks. A Monsters Ball match. You see you in 4 weeks, punk. And Tommy just stood there like, what the frick is a Monsters Ball match? What have I got myself in for? Help. It's probably, this is before the Monsters Ball match has been made a staple in the company. So he's probably thinking, what the frick have I just put myself in for? At Hard Justice. What the hell? Chris Jericho and William Regal have a massive backstage fight until security split them up over the championship. We're not going to book their match just yet. But in an exceptional match, Rhino defeated Dustin Rhodes in 8:04 by pinfall. Dustin Rhodes and Rhino have great chemistry, and Joe Law and Mike Tenay have great chemistry in calling matches. Dustin Rhodes 70, Rhino 70, and Rhino improving performance. This was a hardcore match, as you probably know. And at Hard Justice, Dustin will get his rematch for the NWA title in a ladder match, which I know we did for the TNA Championship, but we're now going to do it for the NWA belt. So it was going to be tonight, but then I forgot to bring it in, and then I ran the show without thinking. Ryan is only 25 years old. Jeez. 74B minus. Well, both of them don't like hardcore, but they did well. 74B minus for a hardcore match. I ain't complaining. How can we get on with the next one? In about that great wrestling and decent wrestling crowd, the Unstoppable Forces, defeat the Hardy Boys in 8:03 when CM Punk defeated Matt Hardy by pinfall. Jeff Hardy was the best. CM Punk seemed off his game. CM Punk and Samoa Joe showed some chemistry teaming together. So did Jeff and Matt Hardy. Joe Lawler might have pretty good chemistry calling matches. Jeff Hardy looked excellent out there. Samoa Joe 50, Punk 51, Matt Hardy 71, Jeff Hardy 92. CM Punk improving in performance a 68C+. Not bad at all. And then Daniels is in the back, and you remember we booked the four-way match? Well, this is why. No, I won't be fighting. Management can't make me. I told them I won't put this on the line only after just taking it off AJ Styles. So instead I've been booked in a tag match with AJ and his partner. AJ just runs onto the set before Daniels can continue beating him down on Daniels onto the carpet, and he looks very angry and he goes, "You're a cheating, lying bitch. And at Hard Justice, in the first ever Ultimate X match, I'll have my rematch, and it will include Brian Kendrick and Bryan Danielson." So it's all 4 storylines. I'm going to find out why I can't book an Ultimate X match. I was going to leave it for Bound for Glory, but I think it'd be good for this one. I know I can book a one-on-one one. I know that it's in there somewhere, but it's not coming up for these for 4-way ones. So I'm going to have a quick gander in, see why it's not in here, because it's coming up for 6-way one. And there's a 5-way one, 5-way Evolution match. See, it's in there as a 6-way. So what we can do really is, I can do it this way. I'm going to be a bit cheeky. Create match. So it should come up with this, so I'm not going to do it as a 6-way. It's going to be a 4-way. 4-way singles. Regular. Very high. Small. Held. Regular. 1 full average. Content. Average. Has no value. Yes. Default match. Yes. Non-wrestling time. Give it 4 minutes. 10 minutes for that. So 60 item retrieval, overhead wires. We need to take one off. There we go. Like that. It might go, this is already in use. I don't think it will though. No, it didn't. There we go. Now, if we click that, I will set it as a default. There we go. So we've got the match in sorted. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry it took a bit longer than usual, but yeah, I wanted to have it booked in as an Ultimate X because that's what it's going to be. So it's going to feature Brian Kendrick, Bryan Danielson, AJ freaking Styles, and of course the current champion Christopher Daniels. That's how you do a first ever Ultimate X match. That's how you book TNA Wrestling in 2001 with a 33 plus and a match like that being announced. And then we come back after commercial and we see Chris Daniels and Bobby Roode are coming down to the ring, and then so AJ and Roderick Strong are already in the ring. And then the Belva had decent wrestling but little heat. AJ Styles and Roderick Strong defeated Bobby Roode and Chris Daniels when Roderick Strong defeated Bobby Roode by pinfall to CX02. Chris Daniels carried the match in terms of ring performance. The injury that AJ Styles worked through took a big toll. The announced quality lifted the match. Daniels 56, Bobby Roode 42, Roderick Strong 42, AJ 44. No working for this, but a 50-50D plus. Now, because of my rules, Roderick Strong got a win in a tag match, which featured a champion, therefore he beat the champion's team. Therefore, next week on TV, I know it's going to be the only match I'm going to pre-book, but I'm going to pre-book it because he deserves it. So Christopher Daniels will be taking on Mr. Roddy Strong with that belt on the line. He is definitely a part of the X Division. That's something I made sure of. So there you go. That's going to be next week, live on television. In an exceptional match, Christian Cage defeated Raven in 7:59 following defense from Scott Hall. Christian Cage 69, Raven 90. The Quote the Raven, Nevermore storyline advance of the segment. Christian Cage celebrating his victory when Ron Killings runs in and beats down Christian Cage to the mat. And at Hard Justice is going to be Cage versus there is a lot more storylines going on in the company now, so you'll have to kind of try and keep yourselves up with it all, because there is quite a few bits going on. Christian Cage taking on the man, the myth, the legend, Ron Killings. If I show you the storylines, so we've had Awesome Begin, Fit Finley, Double Turn, which is one we just done. The Hardcore Division's done. That's been done in that match. That's going to be done in a bit. But you can see we've got a few more storylines than before, just so that the company's a bit more fleshed out and a lot more people are getting a chance to showcase their skills. Kurt Angle attacks The Undertaker backstage and just leaves him dry, beats him down backstage. And at TNA Hard Justice, we're going to be doing a match, but it's only ever been done inside. They do. I don't know if they've ever done a castic match in TNA. They probably have at some point. Maybe not under the castic match name, but that's what it's going to be at Hard Justice. Kurt Angle versus The Undertaker in a castic match. You won't want to miss that one. 75B-, not bad for them too, really. A nice little angle showcasing their ability. And then we go to our main event, which gets a 79B, which I thought would get a low rating because of the way it finishes. In above, I had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. William Regal defeated Steve Austin in 15-19 by pinfall following interference on The Rock. William Regal makes defense number 6 of his TNA World title. The match deserved better, announcing Steve Austin 99, William Regal 92. And no work appearance, but the Rock versus Austin storyline has advanced, being confirmed for that pay-per-view as well inside a Cage Modern match. Yep, Cage Modern, Hard Justice. Our semi-main of the night is going to be The Rock taking on Steve Austin inside of a steel cage. How am I going to top that Bound for Glory? Oh, you wait. And of course, we end the night with, or close the TV show bit off with William Regal being attacked by Chris Jericho at the end of the show. And at the pay-per-view, it's been confirmed that Hard Justice will see William Regal defending that belt in a first blood match against Chris frickin' Jericho. It's happening. Now, as far as I know, all I've got to do now is storylines. Done, not done, 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 not done, 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 and done. So I am going to book that match in now. Where is it? Not a pole match, not a parking lot match, not one of them, not one of them. Where is it? There it is. Strap. So yeah, we're going to be doing our own strap match. I was going to do... Actually, you know what? I'm going to change this match entirely. This is going to be an... I want it to be this is to be a very gimmicky based show. This is going to be like our show of the year where everything is a gimmick, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what we're doing. It's going to be a gimmicky show. And we're going to continue that gimmicky show with the fact that Scott Hall is going to be taking on Raven in a stretcher match. And we're going to continue a bit of a theme here. We're going to do something a bit different. After what I've just seen on WCW Nitro, I'm going to be doing this, and I'm really looking forward to this. I don't think it's going to do very well for Jason Liger, but hey, I don't see why you can't do it. We're going to have a parking lot brawl. Yeah, we're going to do a parking lot brawl, and it's going to be Jason Liger taking on Fit Finley. It's happening because it's a storyline and it hasn't begun properly because it was meant to begin on the pre-show, and I was meant to put that in before. Don't know how well it's going to go down, but hey, that's most of the storylines. That's all the matches you're going to get to see be played out over the next few weeks of television heading into the pay-per-view. Except for Rhino and Dustin, because that's just for the NWA World title. But you got Kendrick versus Finley, Jericho versus, you got Fit Finley Liger, you got Angle, you got enough to keep us going. But in a pretty decent post-show match, I've got to sign some of a wrestler. Tommy Dreamer defeated Kevin Steen in 7:59 by pinfall DDT. Tommy Dreamer 68, Kevin Steen 37. Steen improving in performance, which is what I was hoping. A 43D. Not bad at all for them two. And then we get our big main post-show main event. In an exceptional post-show match, Kurt Angle, The Rock, Monty Brown and Fit Finley defeated The Undertaker, Scott Hall, Kurt Hennig and Chris Jericho in 7:44 when Kurt Angle defeated Kurt Hennig by submission with the ankle lock. Monty Brown seemed off his game, really off his game. Chris Jericho 92, Kurt Hennig 79, Scott Hall 87, The Undertaker 92, Fit Finlay 51, Monty Brown 49, The Rock 99 and Kurt Angle 98. Jericho improving a Rumble, The Rock in performance and Monty Brown in performance. We end tonight's show after the 2 post-show matches, and we send the crowd home happy after a great night of wrestling action with a 76B-, our live debut from the tri-state area. We're going to be back here next week for another edition of TNA Impact Wrestling. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you again real soon. Hey guys, welcome back. It's TNA Impact. It's once again these TNA Impact being held by Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling, as always, in front of 5,000 people tonight, which is huge, at the Taj Mahal Casino. In the pre-show, I've had decent wrestling but little heat. Sonny Siaki won a Battle Royal on 15-27 with the other members of the Final Four: Jerry Lynn, Shane Waltman, Sharkboy, with Jerry Lynn being the final elimination. Jerry Lynn got the most eliminations over the course of the map, but Sonny Siaki won the Battle Royal. Delirious debuted his fun babyface gimmick's gone straight and above average. The Zebra Kid's getting better his gimmick, which is good. There's no, otherwise the list will be a bit too long. But Delirious has arrived, here he is. So it featured Amazing Red, Austin Aries, Bobby Roode, Brian Danielson, Chris Hero, Delirious, Drago, Fergus Vet, Jerry Lynn, Jimmy Jacobs, Matt Sydal, Nigel McGuinness, Paul London, BJ Black, Shane Waltman, Sharkboy, Sanjay Dutt, Sonny Siaki, Sterling James Keenan, and the Zebra Kid. Austin Aries improving in Rumble, Hero in Flying, Sanjay Dutt in performance, Amazing Red in performance, Matt Sydal in performance, Sonny Siaki in performance, and PJ Black in Rumble. A 59C, not a bad already match. In a pre-show battle, decent wrestling with not much heat. Steve Corino defeated Kevin Steen in 807 by pinfall the Old School Explosion. A 50-61, Steve Corino debuted Old School face gimmick, got shown of average. Steve Corino seemed off his game. Steve Corino 61, Kevin Steen 45, no work improvements. I will say this, we are Super Crazy, who you'll see in a bit, is not here as a part of the X Division. He's here as a part of the Tag Team Division. It's just his partner hasn't turned up yet. And I need to hire another wrestler who you'll see later, who I'll be hiring as a heel. And the reason being will be quite entertaining. But I've been planning this for a while. So tonight he's just going to get a tester as a heel. In a feature about that, decent wrestling but didn't have little heat. The Unstoppable Forces defeated the Public Enemy, making their debut here tonight in 7:58 when Samoa Joe defeated Rocco Rock by submission with a Dragon Sleeper. Rocco Rock was the weakness trying to keep up his performance. Johnny Grunge has debuted his badass gimmick, got shown above average. So is Rocco Rock. Debuted his badass gimmick, got shown above average. CM Punk and Samoa Joe showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Rocco Rock 37, Johnny Gunge 48, Samoa Joe 58, CM Punk 59, a 54C-, Johnny Gunge improving in Rumble. A 54C-, not a bad match. And then, of course, Super Crazy and Kid Cash are no longer part of the X Division. I've removed him from the X Division, and Super Crazy is part of the Tag Team Division, but his partner hasn't signed yet. So I thought I'd throw this in. In a decent pre-show match, Super Crazy defeated Kid Cash in 7:56 by pinfall the Crazy Bomb. Super Crazy's debuted his Extremist gimmicks, got rated very good. Mike Tenay and Joey Lawler have pretty good chemistry corner matches. Kid Cash 60, Super Crazy 63, no work improvements. And he's also not going to be part of another division we're debuting next week. So the opening video for tonight's Impact is very similar to what like Monday and Raw have. So all these storylines have answered in that video. And Mike goes, "Hello and welcome to the new TNA Impact here tonight for live for the next 2 hours and 30 minutes. Without any ad breaks this week. Joe, this is awesome, but what is William Regal going to do to Jericho tonight? Well, here comes the real champion Regal to the ring. 76B- for that little bit of analysis hype. We are live. We are a court-sized company now. We are signing everybody to written deals. So this company will start doing house show tours. And also, I would like you guys to be aware that TNA Wrestling is not going to end just because we're cool. The segment deserves better announcing. The segment deserves better colour commentary. The TNA World Heavyweight title has gained heat with this. An 88B+. Holy shit, this was good. Can I have some silence, please? You see, in 3 weeks at Hard Justice, I am in a first blood match. Jericho has to bleed for me to win. That's fine. But tonight I've got to defend this belt against Scott Hall. You see... Excuse me. You see, Jericho, I am the best in this goddamn company. And no one, and I mean no one, will take this beautiful belt off me. I'm surprised you not mentioned the fact we're live in the UK for the first time tonight. I would like to welcome Europe, England and Australia to Impact is Jericho. You see, my friend, First Blood's not going to be a wrestling match, it's going to be a fight. In fact, can go anywhere in the building. Tonight, I'm going to join Mike and Jerry for your title match, Scott. But in 3 weeks of Hard Justice, I'm going to take that title off you. You see, this William Regal runs at Jericho, hitting him in the head with the title belt. We see a small cut. My pain goes, well, if I do that, it'll be a very short match indeed. And he just leaves the ring. So the segments do a better announcing, no work interference and get commentary. But obviously, as time goes on, they'll get better at what they do. I'm not complaining. 88B plus to open up the night. And we get a 40D minus as the hit in the battle had subpar wrestling all the heat. America's Most Wanted defeated the Hit Squad in 8 minutes and 2 seconds when James Storm defeated Dan Mass by pinfall with the 8-second ride. America's Most Wanted are your TNA Tag Team Champions. Dan Maff debuted his Gangster Gimmick Scottish Rave, very good. Monster Mac debuted his Gangster Gimmick Scottish Rave, very good. Nice quality in the colour conjugate of the match of beast. Monster Mac 35, Dan Maff 48. Chris Harris 38, James Storm 41. Storm improving in Rumble and Dan in Techno. You'll find out what's going on with all these new titles later on in the night and why we're bringing them in. In a battle had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Randy Orton defeated John Cena in 7:42 by pinfall the Ozone. Randy Orton is now your TNA United States Champion. The announced quality in the colour commentary of the match is John Cena 42, Randy 47. A 47D, not bad. Brian Kendrick and Brian Danielson have a massive backstage brawl, as you know. At Hard Justice, they are going to be in a Ultimate X match. The first of its kind in TNA history. In above our decent wrestling non-existent crowd heat, Christopher Daniels defeated Roderick Strong in 7:35 by pinfall the last rites. Daniels makes defense number 1 of his TNA X Division title. Roderick Strong's getting better with his gimmick. Roderick Strong 45, Christopher Daniels 58. No work of improvements. A 55C minus. I swear AJ comes out and attacks him more. Oh no, that's later on in the night. Sorry. Ignore me. So, Liger, you think because I'm Irish, I can't fight. I'm the Belfast Bruiser, and I'm going to kick your ass at Hard Justice. I'm going to show you I am better than you. Before you can finish, Jason Liger just runs into the ring, hits the ring, and just basically starts beating down Finlay until Skewery just pull him off. And as you know, it's going to be a parking lot brawl. 78B, holy shit. I am here with Raven. What's on your mind? You see, we're live in more places than ever, and we're working just for TNA now. We left the NWA, but it seems like me and Scott Hall will never end. You see, Scott, you wanted this match at Hard Justice, you got it. Just be aware, Scott, I'm not going to fight nicely. It's going to be a bloodbath. Quote the Raven, nevermore. 78B, Raven implies well throughout the segment. The Quote the Raven storyline is in advance of the segment. What a beautiful promo from Raven in the back there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. In about that D2S with non-existent crowd heat, AJ Styles defeated Brian Kendrick in 8:22 by pinfall the Stars Clash. Brian Kendrick 59, AJ Styles 43. Styles improving in performance. Of course, the pain he had. And then after the match, Chris Jones basically comes in beating down AJ Styles to the mat. The reason these angles getting low ratings is because they're not very popular. In about that fantastic heat in great wrestling, Steve Austin defeated Monty Brown in 7:49 by pinfall. The match over because there was not enough selling on show. Steve Austin came out of the match looking good. Monty Brown 52, Steve Austin's 99, no work improvements. A 70C plus, not bad at all. Nice little match. In above that decent match with how much heat, Abyss defeated Rob Van Dam in 8:12 by pinfall. Abyss makes defense number 2 of his TNA Hardcore title. Rob Van Dam sustained a quizzical neck strain. James Mitchell's good work at ringside. Jerry Lawler might have correct chemistry and calling matches together. Rob Van Dam 74, Abyss 46. No work improvements, but a nice little match. I don't know what a quizzical neck strain is, but no one's complaining about the style of match. And then before we move on, Tommy Dreamer comes to the top of the ramp and we see Abyss in the ring and James Mitchell, I forgot to put on screen, and he goes, so TNA is going to make this a proper division, like the X division. They're going to bring in new guys heading into Hard Justice. Just wanted you to know, Abyss. You might have beaten RVD, but I'm going to beat you in the first ever Monsters Ball match in 3 weeks. So he's just sending a quick message telling fans that we're going to make this a proper division, but he says in a few weeks Abyss is going to go down. In a decent match, Dustin Rhodes defeated Brock Lesnar in 7:42 by pinfall the Bulldog. Jerry Lawler and Mike TNA have great chemistry calling matches together. Dustin Rhodes a 64 and Brock Lesnar a 52. And Brock Lesnar improving in performance. Good, a 60C, not bad at all. Excuse me. In an exceptional match, The Undertaker defeated Raven in 7:46 by pinfall the Tombstone. Raven 92, The Undertaker 93, no working appearance, a 71C+. The Create the Raven Nevermore storylines advance segment. How? Because, of course, I have put Scott Hall on commentary. Angle, I wanted to send you a little message to you. You see, the casket match is my match. I'll send you packing inside the casket at Hard Justice. See, this is my time. A 77B from The Undertaker's little promo there, sending a quick message after he's beaten Raven to Kurt Angle about the casket match coming up in a few weeks. In a decent match, Christian Cage and the Hardy Boys defeated Ron Killings and the Dudley Boys in 7:54 when Christian Cage defeated Ron Killings by pinfall. In terms of ring work, Jeff Hardy's head and shoulders everyone else. Brother Ray was way off his game. Devon is getting better at his gimmick. Jerry Lawler and Mike TNA have pretty good chemistry in calling matches together. Devon 65, Brother Ray 60, Ron Killings 52, Matt Hardy 62, Jeff Hardy 79, and Christian Cage 66. No work improvements, but the TNA World Tag Team Storylines advances this segment, and so is the Double Turn Storylines advances segment and gained heat. A 63C. I forgot to do that tonight. So Ricky Dragon Steamboat a 54C minus, better than I thought it was. He debuted his old school face against Scottish Reign of Awful. He's only on the screen for one night, and he goes, I've been working with TNA from the beginning. The new GM could not be here tonight, but he said, can I come out and give this message? Next week's main event will be The Rock versus The Undertaker. The winner of that match will give him and his opponent a title match at Hard Justice for the new TNA Championship. If any of their rivals get involved, they will not get the shot. Mike goes, well, that's big news for TNA tonight. This company's only just started growing. So yeah, at TNA Impact, it's going to be next week. It's going to be The Rock versus The Undertaker in the main event, which is huge in itself. But the fact we're bringing in new titles because of us leaving the NWA, the winner will take their opponent into the semi-main of the pay-per-view and the main event of the pay-per-view as a brand new belt is being made, the TNA Championships. So there you go. Will it be a casket match? I can't remember. What is... Oh, God. There's our arena again. What is the match at Hard Justice for The Rock? Let's do Austin Cage. So, or will it be a cage match? In above had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. Kurt Angle defeated Chris Jericho in 8:15 by submission with an ankle lock after interference from Renee Regal. There was a definite lack of psychology on display and the match tended to drift a little. Kurt Angle 98, Chris Jericho 92. Chris Jericho improving in performance, a 71C+. A nice little match. In an exceptional match, The Rock defeated Kurt Hennig in 7:35 by pinfall. Kurt Hennig 75, The Rock 94. A 70C+, and he's our most expensive wrestler. The 79B is the video hypes up tonight's main event, which will give us a 79B. In an exceptional match, William Regal defeated Scott Hall in 1940 by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage. William Regal makes defense number 7 of his TNA World title. Jerry Lawler have pretty good chemistry in calling matches, and now Chris Jericho's pretty weak. The match deserved better announcing. Scott Hall 89, Regal 90, no work improvements. After the match, Chris Jericho gets up from the announce desk and gets in the ring, and he hits Regal and starts beating down Regal to close out the show. And it's meant to be Chris Jericho, not Chris Harris. My bad. 56C+. We would have got about a B rating if it was Chris Jericho, not Chris Harris. In a post-show battle, had subpar wrestling a little heat. Gado and Jado defeat Excalibur and the Blue Meanie in 8:26 when Gado defeated Excalibur by pinfall. Excalibur's weakness struck Kyo's performance. Jerry Lawler might have pretty good chemistry. The nice quality in the colour comes to give a match a boost. Jado 49, Gado 49, the Blue Meanie 52, Excalibur 28. No work for us. A 30-16 minus the Blue Meanie will be coming back. That's a definite after that performance. In a post-show battle, had good wrestling. D-Slash crowd. Tommy Dreamer defeated Rhino in 7:47 by pinfall the pile driver. Rhino 71, Tommy Dreamer at 69. No work for us. A 53C. Not too bad, not too bad. In a decent post-show match as a hype for the fans in the crowd, Jason Liger defeats Fit Finney by pinfall the Liger Bomb. Fit Finney's getting better with his gimmick. Fit Finney 49, Liger 72, no work improvements. We end tonight's show, our first full-length show tonight. Not responding. Oh, great. With a 77B. There we go, guys. A 77B from TNA Wrestling. I will see you guys next week when the hardcore division, I will start getting that sorted. I'm only going to be, so it'll be Abyss, Tommy Dreamer, then 10 other wrestlers. I'm not going to go too big because the X Division is huge as it is. But yeah, I'll see you guys live next week with another 2 hour and a half TNA Impact. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again real soon. Hey guys, welcome back. TNA Impact, big card tonight. It's going to look like awesome fun. It's 5,000 people at the Shrine Auditorium tonight. And in our opening pre-show matches, the X Division, as they go up against each other, as PJ Black, Nigel against Matt Sedan, Amazing Red defeat Chris Hero, Drago, Jerry Lynn, Paul London. In 5 minutes 54, when PJ Black defeated Paul London by pinfall the Flying Head Scissors. PJ Black's getting better his gimmick. Paul London's getting better his gimmick. Now it's quality lift the match. Amazing Red 47, Seidel 52, McGuinness 45, Black 35, London 56, Jerry Lynn 59, Drago 48, and Chris Hero 58. Paul London is improving in performance, a 53, C-, not bad at all. And the TNA house shows have been drawing some good numbers and some good buy rates for fans coming to see the house shows, so I'm hoping we can start making some money. Now I don't, oh yeah, this isn't the X Division, that's what I was looking at. Let me just turn that off. In case that goes off any second. In the future about that decent wrestling with a little heat of Steve Corino, Jason Liger and Kid Cash defeat Kevin Steen, Randy Orton, and Monty Brown in 706 when Kid Cash defeated Randy Orton by pinfall the Dead level. And that does mean that at TNA Impact next week, Kid Cash, I will be giving Kid Cash a shot. I didn't realise I said it to do that. But as being as Randy Orton is our United States champion, and he has been pinned here tonight. By Kid Cash, that means Kid Cash gets a shot at the title. So there we go, Kid Cash versus Randy Orton for the championship. Next week on TNA Impact, we move on. In a second, there we go. In our final X Division pre-show match, in a pre-show about that decent wrestling with little heat, Sean Waltman, Sandro Dot, and Sonny Siaki defeat Sterling James Keenan, Sharkboy, and Roderick Strong in 650 when Sonny Siaki defeats Sharkboy by pinfall. Sean Waltman's head and shoulders were everyone else. Sterling James Keenan was the weak link to the guilt of everyone else's performance. Roderick Strong 46, Sharkboy 51, Sterling James Keenan 34, Sonny Siaki 49, Sandro Dot 47, Sean Waltman 70. So James Kieran improving in technical, not bad at all. It's 56 C-. Then we go to the main show bit, which gets a 93A. Holy crap. So yeah, we'll find out what Roddy Piper's doing around. But finally, The Rock has come back to Los Angeles, the stinkhole. Go on, chant Rocky die, Rocky die. Die, Rocky die. I don't care. You see, I came here to be the big star, but Steve came too. You see, your fans love Austin more than me, and I'm going to get as the main event of Hard Justice here tonight. If you can smell what The Rock is cooking. Yeah, and it smells like shit, because Stone Cold said so. If you win tonight, I ain't interested in that stupid title. I just want to end your career. You see, Rocky, I never liked you. I started the Attitude Era off, and tonight I'm going to kick your ass right now. Then we hear the familiar bagpipe music, and he goes, and Roddy comes out and goes, hello TNA, Roddy Piper, your new general manager. You two are not going to hit each other. If you do, you will be fired. Next week we'll have a contract sign. I don't think I'm playing. And don't think I'm playing. Now get out of my ring. Roddy Piper's developing better performance skills, which I'm not complaining about. Roddy Piper debuted as loose cannon, gets got straight of average. The segments are better commentary. The Rock will look good. The Rock versus Austin storylines advance for segment. I'm going to put this in here. Contract signing. And we open up the night with I do believe our first match in the professional hardcore division in about that subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Tommy Dreamer defeated Danny Havoc in 809 by pinfall DDT. Danny Havoc was debuted with a specific gimmick. Now it's quality in the colour commentary gave the match a boost. I forgot to sort that out. Danny Havoc 23, Tommy Dreamer 59, Havoc improving in technical. 809, a 49D plus, not bad for his debut. There's going to be a lot of... These guys are going to be really bad to start off with because a lot of them are unknown, but they've had some big names. As you'll see, you got Tommy Dreamer, you got Danny Havoc, you got Tommy Dreamer, you got Sandman, he's coming in, Blue Meanie's in. I can't remember, but there is a few big names and then there's a few unknown names. But we have a 10-man tag match. In about that decent match with a little heat, Chris Daniels, Brian Kendrick, Austin Aries, Bobby Roode, and Fergal Devet defeated Zebra Kid, Jimmy Jacobs, Delirious, Brian Daniels, and AJ Styles in 4 minutes 33, and Bobby Roode defeated Delirious by pinfall of Roode. 51D plus. Yep, we know about AJ's injury. AJ 49, Danielson 60, Delirious 39, Jacobs 33, Zebra Kid 30, Virgil Defect 53, Bobby Roode 42, Austin Aries 39, Brian Kendrick 64, and Christopher Daniels 69. Bobby Roode is improving in Rumble. The X Division has advanced with segment, and the Awesome storyline has advanced with this segment and gained heat. Awesome. The UK Pitbulls are basically just running to the locker room of the Hardy Boys, beating them down and leaving them into a pulp and telling them they'll never get the tag belts off these guys. That's going to play out across the show tonight. There's about, I think I've got 3 different angles playing on that storyline tonight. In about that, Terrible Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, the Hit Squad defeated the Briscoes in 8:14 when Dan Maff defeated Mark Briscoe by pinfall with Burning Hammer. The Nats Quality and the Colour come together match of boost. Monster Mac 24, Dan Maff 38, Mark Briscoe 37, and Jay Briscoe 33. Jay Briscoe improving performance. The reason this was a very crap match is because he's an opener, he's a lower mid-carder, and these two are Richmond talent, so we've got to work with them, but they've got our show, so it should work. So then we cut to the back and we see Kurt Angle. He's walking down a corridor. The lights just go off, plunging the corridor into darkness. When they come back on, the Undertaker is stood there with a casket. He pushes it into Angle, then he tries to grab hold of Angle and puts him in the casket, but he breaks out and just basically legs it down the corridor looking petrified. A 76p minus. Just sounded like a good bit of fun for me. I thought that would be hilarious, and it was. And then we go to the interview area, and we just see Kurt Angle run by the interview area, and Jeremy Borash and James Mitchell and Abyss just like, what? What's going on with him? And then James goes, my man Abyss is going to take on the Blue Meanie tonight. You see TNA have set up a hardcore division featuring some of the best hardcore wrestlers in the USA today. You see my man Abyss is on top as the hardcore champion. Tommy, in 2 weeks of hard just my man will win his match in the Monsters Ball. A 48D plus. That it doesn't come on next, that comes on a bit later on, but the next match I do believe is Fit Finlay and Dustin Rhodes. In a decent match, Dustin Rhodes defeated Fit Finlay in 8-12 by pinfall of flying lariat following interference from Jason Liger. Finlay 52, Dusty 68. Dustin is improving in technical. A 58 C minus. It's off 2 already. I might move downstairs to do. I might just stop for the night and then do the pay-per-view, another one later on tonight. In above that, Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat Abyss defeated the Blue Meanie in a 1v1 Falls Count Anywhere match. In 7:49 by pinfall, Abyss makes defense number 3 of his TNA Hardcore Championship. A 49D plus, the Blue Meanie debuts fun babyface goes got straight very good. Jamie Mitchell did good work at ringside. Now it's quality in the colour conjugate the match of boost. Blue Meanie 43, Abyss 49. Abyss improving in technical and performance. And both of them are happy with that. That's kind of why I've gone through and I've asked everyone who's got like hardcore skills has been signed. Abyss is celebrating with his title, and then Tommy Dreamer just comes in and hits his DDT on him, screaming, I will kick your ass. And then we see Cage in the back and he goes, I've had it, this stupid idiot Ron Kinnins out to get me. Hard Justice, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to put him through hell, Jeremy. Edge, when you come back from your broken foot, I'm going to kill you too. And the fans, of course, don't like him, so, you know, he's going to be taking on him in a one-on-one match. I think that's the only one-on-one match I've got pre-booked. Everything else is gimmicky. Should we add a gimmick to it? Ron Kinnins versus Christian Cage. What should we add a gimmick to it? Because it doesn't really work if everything else has got a gimmick. Fans bring the weapons. Hey, there's going to be a lot of fans in the audience, and there's going to be a lot of weapons brought. This is going to be one hell of an entertaining match. They all have to go through certain sections. Ron Kinnins, there you go. Okay, we can't do that because Ron Kinnins doesn't like it. We probably can get away with that with people like the Biss and that, but I don't think. Have we got Should we just go for like a no DQ match or a strip? I think it's we'll classify as a. I know it's a basically hardcore match, but we can say it's a street fight, and then what will happen is instead of having all of the usual weapons, we've got. We can have all of the we can have like you know, like the barricades that block the roads off, and you know, street cones and street signs and stuff like that being used. Hence why it'd be called a street fight. In a decent match, John Cena defeats Rhino in 7:55 by pinfall, a spin out powerbomb. 58 C minus, John Cena 44, Rhino 65. Rhino improving performance instead of John Cena. 58 C minus, not bad at all. Nice little match. In above had subpar wrestling, a little heat. The UK Pitbulls defeat Gado and Jado in 8:24 when Big Dave defeated Gado by pinfall with a pitfall. The UK Pitbulls make defence number 3 of their TNA Tag Team titles. I have looked into these two, and these two are improving incredibly well lately. 46D, Bulk was visibly timed towards the end. Big Dave was way off scaling. That's quality in a colour punch going match boost. Jado 53, Gado 55. Big Dave 29, Bulk 28. No work improvements. The only thing is I need to get their stamina fixed. And I have kind of got looked into that. The UK Pitbulls are celebrating their victory in the ring. The Hardy Boys basically just running and beat them down to the ring. So another bloody beat down tonight from the Hardy Boys and the UK Bulk, Big Dave and Bulk. And above had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. Kurt Angle defeated Chris Jericho in 8:22 by submission with the ankle lock. There was times when definite lack of psychology was on display. Chris Jericho 92, Kurt Angle 98. 70C plus. Ain't complaining. That's a good little match. In above had superb wrestling and good heat. Rob Van Dam and Steve Austin defeated William Regal and Brock Lesnar, with Rob Van Dam defeated Brock Lesnar by pinfall of Frog Splash. Jay Lawler might have pretty good chemistry. Steve Austin 96, Rob Van Dam 63, Brock Lesnar 58, William Regal 92. Rob Van Dam improving performance. I was hoping Brock Lesnar would improve. Don't tell me I just skipped that by accident. Yes, I did. Basically, Scott Hall's going in and going like, I should have read it quickly, but basically he comes out and goes, "You see, Raven, you said this match is going to be a bloodbath. That's fine, because I'm going to use every single weapon I can in the arena that night. And also, I'll see you later in our tag match." It's basically just that simple promo. So in above had superb wrestling and a decent match from the crowd. The Dudley Boys defeated the Hardy Boys in 7:53 when Brother Ray defeated Matt Hardy by pinfall the Super with a powerbomb. Following interference from Bulk. During the match, we also had Big Dave running and attack Jay Hardy. In turns, Jeff Hardy was head and shoulders above everyone else. Jeff Hardy was really off his game. These two have excellent chemistry. Both teams have excellent chemistry. Psychology again. Matt Hardy 72, Jeff Hardy 93, Brother Devon 83, and Brother Ray 83. So in Devon 80. Devon improving in performance, a 67C plus. I think it got a low rating because of the interference, which helped these two, the Dudley Boys, get a win. But I think then in above a decent match heat, the Public Enemy defeated the Unstoppable Force is in 7:36 when Rocco Rock defeated Samoa Joe by pinfall or drive-by. In terms of ring work, Samoa Joe's head and shoulders above everyone else. Oh shit. CM Punk and Samoa Joe looked excellent out there. Rocco Rock 30, Johnny Gunge 36, Samoa Joe 70, CM Punk 53. CM Punk improving in performance. AJ Styles and Chris Jericho was backstage, and argument breaks out, and they just start having a massive backstage brawl. That's the X Division storyline, backstage brawl between these two, jumping off some of the boxes and stuff. In a superb match, Ron Killings and Raven defeated Scott Hall and Christian Cage in 7:50 when Ron Killings defeated Christian Cage by pinfall the truth of consequences. Ron Killings was the weak link. Raven 93, Ron Killings 53, Christian Cage 70, Scott Hall 87. Christian Cage improving performance and Ron Killings in performance. Both storylines advance with this segment, but a double turn storylines advance segment gained heat. A 70C plus, a 78B for the main event, and this is going to have huge implications on the future of TNA wrestling. 70C plus, not as much, not as good. I think it's because I dropped it to thing, and I also think the ending. So, in a battle that had unbelievable heat and superb wrestling, The Rock defeated The Undertaker in 14:57 by pinfall, following interference from Eddie Guerrero. Joe Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry calling matches. The match deserved better announcing. Eddie Guerrero debuted his Latino heat gimmick, Scottish rating of average. The Undertaker 93, The Rock 95, The Rock improving in technical. I think the match should have been longer, but the ending angle gets a 76 B-. So here's my friend. He's no one's rival, which means me and Kurt get the title match. You better watch your back, Kurt, now Eddie's on my side. And Eddie goes, WWF, listen up, your deal was shit compared to what The Rock offered me. I am here to help him be on top of TNA. And then we go into the next segment, which is the final match of the night, where we just throw Eddie Guerrero into a match against Kurt Hennig. And it was a post-show bout that had superb wrestling. Eddie Guerrero defeated Kurt Hennig in by pinfall frog splash. Kurt Hennig 81, Eddie Guerrero 83. Kurt Hennig improving in performance. And we end tonight's show with a very poor rating, probably, because we didn't get a good main event. A 72 B-. I'm not complaining. Increased our popularity in 34 regions. Guys, I'll see you next week with a go-home edition of TNA Impact, when everything's going to blow up hugely next week. Thank you for watching, my friends. Hey guys, I've made a decision, because the video with the recent length of TNA Impact getting longer, I have decided that I'm going to not do the go home show. So I'm going to jump straight to Hard Justice now, and we're going to have a Hard Justice event, and then we're going to edit this together and it'll be our next episode. But guys, I want to thank you all for enjoying it. There's going to be some big names coming in, because we have outbidded WWE on some of their biggest main eventers. Wait until you see that one, party guys. So I'll see you guys very soon with the next edition of TNA, which will be Hard Justice. I'm sorry about this decision, but this decision's been made so the video doesn't get too long and you guys go, ugh. So I'll see you guys at Hard Justice. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Hard Justice. Because of time restraints and certain matches having certain pre-show pre-time limits, and then having to have a certain amount of time, we've got a nice hour-long pre-show tonight. And believe me, it's going to be a good show tonight. And this is the free-for-all. So these results from TNA Wrestling's Hard Justice 2001 being powered by Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling. We've got 10,000 people at the OWL Celebration Arena, or Collaboration Arena. In a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but little heat, Jimmy Jacobs, Peter Black, Roderick Strong, and Sharkboy and Sterling Jones Keenan defeated Sean Waltman, Jerry Lynn, Drago, Chris Hero, Bobby Roode, and 9:54 in Jimmy Jacobs defeated Drago by pinfall. So we didn't go flat out on this. At 56C-, Chris Hero seemed off his game. Joe Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry when calling matches together. So does James Mitchell and Jerry Lawler. Now it's just James Mitchell was pretty weak. Jerry Lynn looked good out there. Bobby Roode 46, Chris Hero 44, Drago 49, Jerry Lynn 72, Sean Waltman 71, Sterling James Kern 37, Sharkboy 52, Roger Strong 43, Peter Black 41, Jimmy Jacobs 42. So this is like a little pre-show before the main show starts, so that people will want to buy the pay-per-view. Sharkboy in Techno, Sharkboy in Performance, Drago in Techno, Jimmy Jacobs in Rumble, and Peter Black in Performance. Not some good improvements. In a terrible pre-show match, Sonny Siaki defeated Zebra Kid in 8:01 by pinfall. Zebra Kid was off his game. Zebra Kid and Sonny Siaki don't seem to click, and it made for walk about. The Nats test, Roddy Piper was pretty weak. The Nats quality in the colour come together match of boost. Zebra Kid 28, Sonny Siaki 45. Zebra Kid improving in flying. Just remember, these two don't click unless they're in a multi-man match. In a pre-show bout had decent wrestling, but little heat. Brock Lesnar, the Modern Dragons, and the Unstoppable Forces defeated John Cena, Gado, and Jado, and the Briscoes in 10:02 when Super Crazy defeated Jay Briscoe by pinfall the Crazy Bomb. Yoshihara Chijiri debuted his martial art gimmick. He's going to train to poor. Now's quality in the colour come to give the match a boost. Mark Briscoe 40, Jay Briscoe 33, Jado 49, Gado 49, John Cena 49, Brock Lesnar 61, Samoa Joe 56, CM Punk 57, Yoshi Tajiri 47, Super Crazy 57, Lesnar in performance, Samoa Joe in performance, and Jay in technical skills. So yeah, these are guys are known as the Modern Dragon. These are the Unstoppable Forces. Of course, that's Brock Lesnar. That's the tag team we brought in. In a pre-show bout had decent wrestling below heat, Steve Corino defeated Kevin Steen in 8:11 by pin for the old school explosion. And now it's quality lifted the match. Kevin Steen 44, Steve Corino 63. No worker improvements, but a nice little match there. A 21E, and this is meant to have been moved down to open the night. In an abysmal pre-show match, Nick Mondo defeated Danny Havoc in 7:59 by pinfall. Nick Mondo debuted his thrill-seeking and squash blow of average. The bout dragged in the middle, lack of flow being noticeable, and that's quality in the colour commentary match boost. Nick Mondo 23, Danny Havoc 26. Danny Havoc proven rumble. Over time, these guys will improve. They are part of the hardcore division, so we're not going to get rid of them. We're just giving him a gimmick because he debuted out a specific one. And we open up with this humongous angle. Now, Roddy Piper's not on screen for some reason, but it doesn't bloody matter. So we see the huge crowd on hand. But then all the entrances of the entrance steps ways. We see huge WWF stars. We see Triple H, who's standing beside his wife Stephanie McMahon. Then we've got Paul White standing there with Kurt Angle. Then The Rock and Eddie Guerrero are on like the entrance ramp. But he's turned up in the ring he's turned up in the ring. These two are on the entranceway. He's in the crowd, and she's in the crowd with him because they can't get in the arena because they're not signed by us. Basically, is the idea behind this angle. So what? I'm standing here in the crowd. TNA Wrestling. You showing shots of Vince McMahon. You see, we brought Rock and Angle in first. Then 2 weeks ago, Eddie. Now the rest are here. You see, we're going to kill TNA Wrestling and take it back to Vince before it gets too big. Then Roddy is on that screen and goes, "Hey, big boy, you see this is our pay-per-view, this is TNA Wrestling. Now, if you want to stand there, Triple H, Booker T's in the back and he wants to kick your ass. Paul, later on tonight, if you want to show your loyalty to Vince, you'll take on Chris Benoit, who is here tonight." Holy shit. So not only Booker T, but Chris Benoit's here as well. Triple H debuted his Seabull Assassin gimmick's got a showing of average. Paul White debuted his Giant gimmick's got a showing above average. Stephanie McMahon debuted a bitch gimmick's got a showing below average. Triple H did not come out of this looking good. The Rock came out of this looking excellent. Kurt Angle came across well. Triple H improving in acting and Stephanie developing better performance. A 66C plus for the match. In a decent match, Triple H defeated Booker T in 8 minutes 10 seconds by pin for the pedigree. Booker T debuted his badass gimmick, got showing above average. Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, great chemistry. Booker T 76. Don't know why Triple H got such a bad rating, probably because he was a bit nervous because it was his debut, but a 49. Let's hope he can do better tomorrow night on Impact. But an 8 minute and 10 match between these two, not bad. A 66C plus to open up the night. In a terrible match, Sandman defeated Too Tough Tony, Dean Thompson, aka formerly known as Wife Beater, but I've changed his name in the company, and Devon Storm in 7:54 when Sandman defeated Dean Thomas by pin for the flying leg drop. So Devon Storm, of course, from WCW days. Too Tough Tony David's badass gimmick's got a show below average. Dean Thompson Bully below average. Sandman Rebel, it's got a strain of great. Devon Storm Psycho's got a strain of average. Devon Storm's getting better his gimmick than that's quality, and the colour commentary gave the match a boost. So quite a lot of the hardcore guys are going to be crap, but they're going to get better. Too Tough Tony 17, Dean Thompson 19, Sandman 54, Devon 54, Too Tough Tony improving performance. It's going to take some time, but we'll get them there. In a decent match, the UK Pitbulls defeat the Hardys in 7:33 when Big Dave defeated Jeff Hardy by pinfall. The UK Pitbulls make defense number 4 of their TNA World Tag Team titles. In terms of ring work, Jeff Hardy was head and shoulders above everyone else. Matt Hardy's getting better. His gimmick ball was visibly retiring. Jeff and Matt Hardy have extreme. Because it needed to be better. Okay, the great performance Jeff Hardy stood out. Matt Hardy 74, Jeff Hardy 84, Big Dave 31, 33 for those guys. No working purpose. So I'll change the matchup. But this is a 2v2 hardcore, so we'll try and do a ladder match, I think. Yeah, this was also set to be a wild brawl. So a 50D plus is probably the best match these two have had. Yeah. Okay. Anyone who didn't complain was Matt. In about that decent wrestling, but non-existent crowd heat, Virgil Devet, Austin Ayers, Paul London, Sanjay Dutt defeated Matt Sydal, Nigel McGuinness, Delirious, an amazing red in 6:22 when Virgil Devet defeated Matt Sydal by pinfall the diving foot stomp. 54C minus. Delirious is getting better as gimmick. Austin Ayers getting better as gimmick. The announced quality and the colour come together match a boost. Amazing red 55, Delirious 43, Nigel McGuinness 51, Matt Sydal 58, Sanjay Dutt 45, Paul London 59. Austin Ayers 42, Virgil Devet 53, Delirious improving in performance and Sanjay Dutt in technical skills. Ooh, and 90 minutes and Children in Need begins. I just watch it for the mini shows. In about that decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. The Blue Meanie defeats Vampiro in 8-11 by pinfall. The Meanie Salt. Ladies and gentlemen, the hardcore division looks brilliant. Vampiro's debuted his vampiric gimmick has gone straight of average. Now it's quality lift in the match. Vampiro 61, Blue Meanie 46. No weak improvements, a 57C minus, not bad at all. In a decent match, Fit Finley defeated Jason Liger in 8:34 by pinfall in the parking lot brawl. The announced quality lifted the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Fit Finley 52, Liger 54. Jason Liger improving in performance. As you know, it was a parking lot brawl, so they're outside, I think. Just a bit of a practice. But yeah, Fit Finley wins. Okay, these both complained about the match type, but Fit Finley is a bruiser and he did it in WCW. So we have this is not for the title, but we have a brilliant match here. In above our terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Lita won a Battle Royal in 9 minutes 49. The other members of the Final Four were Jacqueline Moore, Daphne and Mia Tirota, who is a Japanese star, with Jacqueline Moore being the final elimination. Jacqueline Moore got the most eliminations over the course of the match. So this is going to take me a bit of a while, so... Angel Williams debuted alone again. It's got a showing of average. Beth Phoenix old school heel gimmick. It's got a showing of below average. Daphne Hawido gimmick above average. Gail Kim Diva gimmick above average. Jacqueline Moore badass gimmick very good. Jacqueline Moore is getting better at gimmick. Catherine Walters bitch gimmick. It's got a showing of average. Lita debuted a slut gimmick. It's got a showing very good. Mia Tirota debuted a show stealer gimmick. It's got a showing very good. Mischief debuted a badass gimmick. It's got a showing above average. Natalie Dinard debuted a second generation gimmick. It's got an rating of poor. The announced quality to lift the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost and no work improvements and no in-ring improvements. But a 49D plus from the ladies. Not bad. Let's see if they can do better in the later on match. In about that, good wrestling, a decent match for the crowd. Rhino defeated Dustin Rhodes in 8:07 by pinfall when Rhino retrieved the item. Sorry, not pinfall. Dustin Rhodes and Rhino have great chemistry showing their performance. Dustin Rhodes 70, Rhino 69, a 70C plus. 46D, so we've got to work with the women. I think we've got to build them up because a lot of the women, especially OD, all of the women apart from Tori Wilson, Trish Stratus, Jacqueline, Lita, and the Japanese lady I've brought in are all from, are all relatively new to the industry. In fact, most of them are on their first year in the business. So there we go. So in a poor match, Trish Stratus defeated Tori Wilson and ODB in 7:54 when Trish Stratus defeated ODB by pinfall the Satisfaction or Stratus Faction. Trish Stratus wins the TNA Women's Championship. Trish Stratus carried the match in terms of ring improvement. No work improvements, that's what I was just having a look at. Tori Wilson debuted a Girl Next Door, above average. ODB, badass gimmick, initial rating of average. Trish Stratus, Girl Next Door, below average. Trish Stratus getting better gimmick. Jerry Lynn and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry, and that's quality in the colour content of the match boost. Tori Wilson, 32. ODB, 32. So Tori, who's been in the business, she's in a year. Trish Stratus, a 54. No work improvements, as I said, 46D. But the thing is, these wrestlers will improve a lot quicker as well because of the house shows. Because they're doing more shows for us and under us and they're doing off screen, it gives them a chance to improve. That's what it says in the game anyway. So we'll see what happens. In a decent match, Rob Van Dam defeated Monty Brown by pinfall the Frog Splash in 8:13 by pinfall the Frog Splash. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry calling matches together. Rob Van Dam had a point ring performance of 66. Monty Brown 54. Monty Brown improving in performance, a 64C. Not a bad match actually. He's moaning because it was a hardcore match. Well, this is Hard Justice, hence why there's a load of hardcore matches. In a bad had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Christopher Daniels defeated Brian Dance on AJ Styles and Brian Kendrick in an Ultimate X match in 15:29, the first ever Ultimate X match in TNA wrestling history. When Chris Daniels retrieved the item, Chris Daniels makes events number 2 of his TNA X Division Championship. The injury at AJ Styles walked through took a big toll. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry in calling the matches together. Brian Kendrick 65. And Brian Danielson 63. AJ Styles 54. Chris Daniels 64. The X Division storyline fans gained heat and so did that. Brian Kendrick improving and flying. We move on to Eddie Guerrero's match, and about that superb wrestling and great heat. Eddie Guerrero defeated Kurt Hennig in 8:09 by pinfall the Frog Splash. Julio Maximo was pretty weak at the I don't know why he was even at the announce desk. Kurt Hennig 79, Eddie Guerrero so 83. Kurt Hennig improving performance and 65C, not bad at all. In about a decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Abyss defeated Tommy Dreamer in a Monsters Ball match in 8:29 by pinfall. Abyss makes defense number 4 of his TNA Hardcore Championship. James Mitchell, a good work at ringside, announcing quality lifting match. Tommy Dreamer 54. Abyss is ahead of Tommy Dreamer of 55. Holy crap, we're pushing Abyss a bit too hard. But hey, he's the face of the Hardcore division. In an exceptional match, Paul White defeated Chris Benoit in 8:14 by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. 70C plus, Chris Benoit debuted his Rabid Wolverine gimmick, got a train of average. Benoit 89, Paul White 65. No work improvements. In about that subpar wrestling and little heat, America's Most Wanted defeated the Spanish announce team, the Hat Squad, and Dudley Boys in 11:30 and 11:03. The order of elimination was the SATs, then the Deer Hit Squad, and finally the Dudley Boys. America's Most Wanted make defense number 1 of their TNA tag team titles. Julio Maximo debuted his Fun Base going to very good, and Jose Maximo Fun Base going to good. I fired the other guys because they were racing on drugs, and I didn't want to be, relied on or be looked at because I've got drugs. Jose Maximo is getting better. His gimmick, Dan Massive, was really off his game. Brother Devon and Brother Ray showed chemistry together. So did the SATs. Announced quality in the colour commentary gave the match out. Good boost. Brother Ray looked good out there. Brother Devon looked shone in the match. Brother Ray 77. Brother Devon 74. Jose Maximo 13. Julio Maximo 11. Monster Mac 37, Dan Massive 33, Chris Hayes 37, and Stream Storm 35. Dan Math improved Rumble. These guys are got to improve, and they've got to improve quick. Probably because we put it into a hardcore match might have not helped them. In a decent match, Ron Killings defeated Christian Cage in 10:26 by pinfall. Truth Consequences. Christian Cage 70, Ron Killings 53. So this is the one with the trash cans and the road signs and all that, because it's a street fight. Both Ron Killings complaining, but not him. In above that, subpar wrestling and little heat, Randy Orton defeated Kid Cash in 15:12 by submission. Randy Orton makes defense number 1 of his United States title. Cash 42, Randy Orton 50, no work for a 50D plus. Kid Cash complaining, Randy Orton not complaining. In an exceptional match, Scott Hall defeated Raven in 1v1 stretching match in 11:42 by stoppage, when Raven could not continue. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry when calling matches together. Scott Hall 88, Raven 87. Worker improvements as Scott Hall is improving in Rumble. A 77B, an 82B in an unbelievable match. The Undertaker defeated Kurt Angle in 15:12 when Kurt Angle got trapped inside the casket. Kurt Angle 98, Undertaker 94, no work improvements. Undertaker improved, good. Yeah, this is the casket match, so that was good. Then Chris Jericho versus William Regal is not the main event, but it gets a 78B. In an exceptional match, William Regal defeated Chris Jericho in 2023 when Chris Jericho was busted open. William Regal makes defense number 8 of his TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Jericho 89, Regal 84, and of course, the main event, both of these main event, Steve Austin versus The Rock. An 83B plus, that's what we wanted in our main event. In an unbelievable match, The Rock defeated Steve Austin in 1v1 cage modern match in 25:11 by pinfall following interference from Eddie Guerrero. I think it would have got a better rating if Eddie Guerrero didn't get involved. The Rock wins the TNA Championship. The Rock and Steve Austin have pretty good chemistry lifting the match. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry and calling matches together. The matches have better announcing and colour commentary. The Rock 99, Steve Austin 100. No work improvements, of course. And we end the night when, after the match, all of the WWF Invasion break into the cage. So, Triple H, Kurt Angle, The Rock and Eddie Guerrero climbed it early on and tried to jump on Steve Austin, but Paul White and Stephanie McMahon and all that. And they just basically helped The Rock with beating down Steve Austin after the match. But the locker room, the entire locker room basically spill out, chasing him out of the ring. Eddie Guerrero's getting better, so is Paul White. No work improvements, 72B minus to end the tonight's show off with a huge bang. Triple H was used far too much on the show. Okay, that's a bit odd, but hey-o. We're going to go to The Rock. We're going to go to Steve Austin. And I'm going to go to Chris Jericho as well. And I'm going to go to Chris Benoit, actually. So, praise for great performance, praise for great performance, praise for great performance. Guys, I'm going to thank you for watching this edition. I'm not going to go for the roster because it's getting too big now to do that every episode. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you again live with the next edition of TNA, which will be episode number 4. Thank you for watching, guys.